I'm Lucy Silver. I'm the founder and creative director of State of Grace. We are the only atelier house in London that designs everything head to toe, especially for our clients, and that includes garments and accessories, shrugs and overwear, jewellery, shoes, bags, and we also do hair and makeup as well. I think the reason it's unique is, first of all, the ability and opportunity to pull together all of those skills and talents under one roof is not an easy feat. We work with teams of up to sort of 40, 50 people in their various areas of expertise. What that means for our brides, our clients, is that the creative vision for a project is coherent. It means that they are able to have the corsage that's made for their hair, made from the fabric of their dress. It means that the crystals that are on their shoes are integrated into the crystals that make their jewellery. That takes a very focused vision from the top, but it really means sourcing some of the top talent in London who can work that way around a single client. It's good old-fashioned couture. Once you got it, you won't lose it. What led to the concept for State of Grace was very much our listening to clients, to what they really, really needed. We had brides coming to us saying, it feels like what's on offer is quite uniform out there. I don't want a meringue or corset dress. I want something that really reflects my personality. And at the time, we were offering bespoke special occasion wear. So we were already developing all of these designs for clients and suddenly thought, my word, there's no one actually offering this in the bridal arena. Plus, women are busier and busier these days. They don't actually have time in the same way that they might have done to luxuriate over 8 months over their wedding. They actually have everything to organise while they're working. In a lot of cases, they have children as well. So the offering of State of Grace under one roof, like a one-stop shop for everything that they need, is an intelligent solution where one vision is pulling together shoes, fabric, jewellery, hair, makeup, and ensuring that it all works seamlessly together. Will you tell us more about what you're planning for the day?
Obviously I wanted to look amazing for the day, but I don't want to get to have the ordinary wedding dress. What I want to do is reflect the music that I sing, the 1920s, 30s, 40s, that kind of glamour, the film star era, the jazz era. I just want it to be me, my personality to come out and to have something that I feel really comfortable in, and at the same time that I feel really, really kind of different in. That's something that I haven't, a step up from what I would normally wear.
Yes, yes. And we so often do have to educate people actually who might think that bespoke is something totally exclusive and inaffordable. In actual fact, our bespoke prices, that's for a full made-to-measure garment, are less than most designer items off the peg. Bespoke means made for you, and if you are smart about where you purchase fabrics, about where you place the talent and the time, you can produce a beautiful bespoke dress for £2,000 or less. We've worked in bespoke for many years now, and we have refined the process from A to Z. What has struck us as most important for the client is that she feels in control of the process, that she feels she can talk about what it is she wants, that she's heard, and that those ideas are translated creatively. So in order to make sure that we manifest her vision and her wish list for a dress, and accessories too, we begin the process by sketching and drawing, often visiting our client's location, getting to understand her over a very comfortable glass of wine of an evening after work. She will try on a series of garments. She will be able to express as she's trying on those garments what she likes, what she doesn't like, what she might be able to explore. Can she get away with this? What sort of fabric could work? And what we would do then is cherry pick from those ideas that she has and try to integrate them all into a design. And that design or designs, if we're able to create a selection of designs that she might like, are then presented to her in illustration. So she's tried versions of it on, she's seen how it looks on her, she then will see an illustration. All being well, if she's happy with that, she'll sign off on the illustration.
Jo, have you thought about your dress in more detail? Any particular features that you want to be included in your dress, different necklines or shapes or the fit of your dress?
I've seen quite a few that I've seen in pictures that I really love. Quite some of them are a little bit different. I can't quite decide on what I want, but I do actually like quite the plunging necklines and the low backs. I'm not sure whether I want something that kind of comes this way down or this way
so
across.
Halter neck or more open neckline.
And I've seen some things that are a little bit shorter.
Okay,
I'm going towards the longer dress, but also I want to experiment with fabrics as well.
Fantastic.
Colour.
Lovely.
In the next appointment, she will come back for what is called a toile, or it's occasionally called a calico, and that is a rendition of the eventual dress in an akin fabric. So if she's getting married in a silk satin, it might be a poly satin that she tries that dress on in. Claire will ensure that the fitting is absolutely perfect, so we will pin and cut on her. If there's anything she's concerned about at that stage, we will address it. She'll let us know which fabric she's decided upon. The dress is then made up in the final fabric.
So Jo, now I've done my pinning and we've looked at your shape, Lucy's going to come in and see final alterations.
Okay, thanks.
Well, that looks lovely. Claire, you've done a fantastic job on that. What do you feel? Are you happy
I'm
with
so happy that we went with this fabric. It just feels right. It feels really, really comfortable.
Great.
And I love the cut. It feels like I've got movement, but it also feels like it shows off my figure.
Great.
One thing.
Yes.
I'm a little exhibitionist.
Yes. Are we going to go lower?
I think we'll go a little bit lower here.
Great. Now, what feels comfortable?
Maybe to there, just not too much, but maybe that much. The back is just amazing. I love it. I think that it's my favourite bit.
The next time she'll see us, we're looking at accessories. We're looking at how we can transform the look from, say, church to champagne reception to dinner dance. So we're looking at how changes in accessories can give her a different look. We're also looking at how her hair might be worn at those different stages. So we're starting to look at her hair and makeup styling and her shoes. And that's it. And then once she's decided on all that, she comes in for her final fitting and hopefully she's feeling like the princess that she will on her wedding day. Very important to alleviate the fear of I'm not in control, it's not the same as buying a dress off the peg, how is it going to look when it's finished? I think the toiling process is the most important part of that. She will try on the dress before the dress is made. She will see exactly the shape, she will see exactly the fit, and if at that stage there is any concern, she can express that. So the only thing she hasn't seen is potentially the colour and exact fabric of her dress, but she will have seen the design on her body. We have a hugely talented team, and it really is a colourful group of individuals, all highly experienced as well. Natasha, who heads up our makeup in particular, trained at Grease Paint, which is one of the top TV and entertainment schools really for hair and makeup. But most particular with hair, Natasha has worked from Molly on the Saturdays, where she's doing a party girl, very youthful sort of look, which needs to still maintain itself through an entire concert, right the way through to an Asian newsreader who needs to look well groomed, beautifully manicured and so forth. So again, variation is very important because State of Grace doesn't have a typical client. We see girls from their 20s getting married through to women in their 50s getting married for the second time. So it's really important that the team respond to the individuality of our clients, and that's something that Natasha holds in really high regard. It's about listening to a client and understanding. They can't go to their normal hairdressers, which is something often brides don't think about before they get married, is, oh, didn't think about that, my hairdresser doesn't actually do updos. So to have someone who can do anything from a 30s finger wave through to a perfect chignon, to working with our very special hair pieces and corsage and combs and tiaras that we make for brides is an incredible skill, and she is fantastic in that domain. Also massively important that a bride is able to switch off, that her hair is set and she doesn't have to fiddle with it, but that she's offered opportunities beyond the typical updo, scraped off, cookie cutter bride hairdo, and I really think that Natasha realises that fantastically. And on the other side with makeup, my word, that is such an important area. Lots of brides will say, do you know what, my girlfriend does makeup and I'll have her do my makeup for me. To really understand not only the holding power of makeup, but what happens with flash photography, or if there are video cameras, they have completely different effects on the skin. And Armand is really at the top of his field in this area. He's been working in television for over 10-15 years. He's been on GMTV for 7 years. He works alongside Gok Wan with How to Look Good Naked.
Have you decided on an era?
Well, we were deciding between the 1920s and 30s.
Yeah.
Something like that. We couldn't decide between 20s, 30s, 40s. So I think to match the dress, something that is quite classic, but it's still got to be in keeping with the style of the era.
We're looking at the 20s, the 30s and the 40s and that sort of era. That the Veronica Lake look would probably look quite nice on you.
Well, let's get you all glammed up.
Yeah.
Claire is absolutely the backbone to the business. She is critical at a technical level. She oversees all of the key production and garment design. So getting the fit right, which is the true driving force behind Bespoke, is why have a dress that is compromised? Why not have the perfect fit? And Claire's toiling procedures, overseeing the pattern cutting, whether she's doing it herself or another member of the team is doing it, knowing which seamstress to place boning with, bias cutting with, hand embroidering with, soft tailoring with. These are all very different skills, and I suppose it's a bit like a casting director needing to know what is required at what time, and while all of that seeming not chaos, but sort of variety and so forth is going on in the background, she's presenting a calm face to our brides and making sure that the correct thing arrives at the correct time. So, Jo, you said you like the 20s as one of the possible vintage looks for the wedding. Now, this is pure 20s. This is Flapper Girl, very party, very sexy, less formal. Very nice neckline. You've got a bit of sort of leg action going. Again, we can make the leg slits shorter. We've designed the Mary Janes, the shoe. This sort of hairpiece could be, you said you might like to have various bits of accessories that transform the look through the course of the day. But what's rather lovely about this is because you don't want a conventional veil, because you're not a conventional girl, you get a sort of nod to the idea of having a veil, but it's not. It's much chicer, it's much sharper, it's quite sassy. So that would be an idea for the styling if you wanted to go full-on authentic 20s.
When I saw this dress first, I was really drawn to it, but having it on, I think maybe it's more something I would have as a gig number.
Yeah,
because it is playful.
absolutely.
And it's cute, and I think it is very stunning. But I'd quite like to try on different designs, something that's maybe not too conventional, but a little bit more bridal.
We like to think of it being like flicking through the pages of a fashion history book. There are so many reasons why that works. Predominantly, those key eras, the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, never go out of fashion. And as much as designers love to think that they are being completely innovative in design, the reality is we are always pulling from those eras. It's also the language of women. Women will talk about movie stars, and State of Grace is really known more than anything from red carpet to the aisle. All of the treatment that you might get on the red carpet you will get with State of Grace, but similarly that Hollywood glamour, which can express itself so differently at different times and different decades, will always carry through and doesn't go out of fashion. And increasingly we get brides coming to us saying, look, I'm spending a lot of money on my dress. I'd love something that looks fantastic for my wedding day, but I'd like to be able to wear it again. And if you actually start to look at the pages of history, it is the 30s that will come back. It is the classic bias cutting that women will always love. It is the off-the-shoulder décolleté, and it is the finest fabrics. And we've learnt that from previous eras. It's not something that we are inventing for the first time. Wow, so what do you think?
It just feels amazing. It just feels so glamorous and also at the same time comfortable, so I feel confident in it. And this feel of the material is just absolutely beautiful. It moves with me. I'm going to use this in my gigs as well.
Great, great.
It's just warm and cozy, but at the same time it just feels so film star. Exactly the kind of way that I'd imagined coming out and and talking to people outside.
Fantastic.
Yes.
You look $1 million, sweetheart. The materials that we use across the board are of the highest quality. If it's with regards to our garments, we work with Parisian silk satins, crepe-back satins. What we can rely on with the fabrics that we use at State of Grace is consistent quality and the ability to receive delivery within 24 hours a lot of the time. For our laces, they'll be Belgian or from Lyon. Certain Italian laces, once again, they're all hand finished. The dress. How are you feeling?
Absolutely gorgeous.
What do you think of the front?
I absolutely love the plunge neck. Obviously couldn't reveal too much for church, but now it's party time. I absolutely love it. It just feels so movie star. It's exactly what I wanted.
Good.
After trying the dresses on, I think we've definitely found the right one.
Excellent. And you so wanted to have the party girl jazz era feel, especially for the evening. And we know
Yes.
that Joseph loves the boobies.
Yes.
So great that we've got those on show
You'll be happy.
at the right time.
Yes.
And show us the
And the
back.
secret piece de resistance.
Wow.
Absolutely so movie star.
It looks fantastic on you there. Do you know, in truth, I think I love women more than I love fashion. What has happened for me is we started the business having a shop. I was sensitive to what women were looking for, and what most women were grieving was somebody to listen to them, feeling that a lot of the industry was sort of dictating how they should be looking, despite the fact they may be this size or this age or this sort of style. And I was very excited by what would happen if I could produce an environment where women were comfortable to express their fears, comfortable to express their dreams, and a facility that would enable me and a very, very talented team to actually make that possible, to open up new boundaries, to push the boundaries for them, but for them to define their own style rather than being dictated to. And I think for me, that's what really makes me buzz. That's what makes my heart sing. When I can see a woman, when we've finished our job, when we've designed the dress, when we've done the jewellery, when we've got her ready for her wedding day or her special occasion, and she's looking in the mirror and she has never seen herself that way. It's like a little awakening, which is why I called the business State of Grace, because I think it really isn't about ego. It isn't about conforming to what others tell you to look like. It is what a woman looks like when she is feeling most comfortable, when she's in that authentic state. For me, she is her most beautiful. Without sounding sort of holier than thou, I think we really love our clients. We really love what we do, and we're the real deal. It's an authentic thing that we do. Joe, I just wanted to take this moment to toast you, celebrate you. From the team at State of Grace, it has been such a pleasure working with you and for you. All that remains really is to enjoy the day and be in the moment, knowing that everyone here has worked with vision, creativity, but most of all with your beauty. To you.
Thank you.
To you, Joe.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
To a State of
everyone.
Grace.